Be greeted, everybody. Thank you so much again for tuning in, for coming through to these little mini conversations. Today's topic is generational traumas can be broken, and the inspiration of this topic comes from a tweet. So I'm gonna put the tweet here. It says, it's from Moroquint. It says, my mom had a traumatic childhood with an emotionally abusive mom and grandmom. She was scared to have kids, so she took parenting classes at the Y and studied and just tried very hard. She is not perfect, but I never doubted I was loved and supported. She broke the cycle. This is packed and powerful. It's packed in such a sense that we can identify in this tweet that mom I mom identified that she had a traumatic childhood. She identified that trauma came from emotional abuse from mom and grandmom. And she also recognized that this trauma, this emotional abuse, made her to be scared to have children. It gave her a fear of having her own children. Do you see how crippling a trauma is? And she also made advancements to change the cycle, to rewrite the story, to break the cycle of trauma that is moving from grandmom to mom, that is moving from mom to her, and can possibly move on to her own children. So, we do not have excuses, people. We do not have excuses to hold on to bitterness, to anger, to pain, to so many issues in our lives because daddy should have, mommy should have. Well, guess what? They're not coming. They are dealing with their own pain. They are dealing with their own issues, and they are not coming. They're not going to show up for you the way you want someone to show up for you. So it is best that you recognize that I am sad, I feel pain, and identify what is causing the pain. And if you can point a finger at someone, then you know when you can articulately you can articulate your story perfectly like Maura Quint did. So you can recognize that. And the beauty of this is that she also has said something that is very profound, and that I am yet to see someone anywhere, and I'm not talking about extremes where somebody is like, I hate my mom, but we live in a world where when we relay stories about our childhood, when we relay stories about our relationships with parents, we portray them as these perfect stories. And in this story, we get a very real, relatable depiction of a real functional relationship, a relationship that is not perfect, a relationship that takes acknowledgement, that takes love, that takes patience. And it shows you that as people, when we show up as people that are aware, we are able to literally break generational traumas. We are able to break generational curses. So I implore you, after watching this video, to look into your life, to look into spaces around you that you feel like they are a cycle that need to be broken, or they are repetition that come from a generation that come from a generation before you, that you need to break. Identify it, Identify what it is. Identify where it comes from, or who is the perpetrator of it. Identify how it makes you feel. Identify what you can do to overcome it. And try very hard. You do not have to be perfect at execution. You just have to try your very best. And make sure that your legacy is functional and that the one who comes after you is going to be an exceptional and a better version of who you were. Wow! I said something incredible. I'm going to leave it here, ladies and gentlemen. You do enjoy your life, and you are loved by God, and you are definitely loved by me.